We are live. It is 3:01 p.m. Central Standard Time in the United States, 9:01 p.m. BST in the UK. It's the Nomad Tech Project with Sam and Joe, coming to you live on Sunday, April 16th, 2023. How y'all doing today?
2023.
Yeah,
Yep,
crazy.
doing good, man. We went to the zoo today for a little family trip.
That's cool.
Yeah, test out the zoom on the Ultra. But I brought the Pixel with me as well.
Yep, Simon's in the chat. Hey, Simon, welcome.
Hey, Simon, we don't see you live normally.
I think I got through the intro without a mistake.
You did, man, but I made a mistake. I said hey before you even said Joe.
Yeah, that's okay. But you always go hey. It's like when I say it.
Yeah.
So, Scoops in the chat. Scoop.
Hey, Scoop. Happy birthday the other day.
Yeah, we and Barry's in the chat. Everyone's in it. The usual cast of characters who come in and show up, and we really appreciate that. So here we are. We had a pretty bad thunderstorm last night here in the area, like tornado warnings and all sorts of craziness. I mean, it was pretty bad. It blew over my I have like a rocking swing thing, and it blew that right over, and a couple other things.
Oh, wow. Did you lose any fence panels?
We don't have a fence anywhere.
Oh, okay.
When you live out in the woods, you really don't need a fence. So there is no fence anywhere in front of our backyard. So that's kind of cool.
That must be nice.
Yeah, and Arsenal kind of choked. It's not like they choked a little bit.
Oh man, it's the second week on the trot though, because we lost a 2-0 lead against Liverpool last week, and then to do it again this week, yeah, it's not good. But this week, it's worse though, because Liverpool, you kind of expect it. Away at Anfield, it's a tough place to go, but it's definitely 2 points dropped against West Ham, and it really does dent our title challenge big time. But we'll see. We'll see. It's 7 games to go.
Yep.
See how it goes.
St.
Louis got back to winning ways.
Yeah, 5-1. Although they played FC Cincinnati, and I'm not sure if they're very good or not. I don't think they are.
Doesn't matter, mate. It's a win.
We'll take a win, considering the fact that we kind of came up short on 2 matches in a row, and then Scoop's Seattle team wound up whipping our ass 3-0, so that was kind of nice. But he said it was a second half team, and they sure did. They came on and buried 3 of them. So that's good. So I mean, St. Louis back to a winning way. Cardinals look like crap. They are struggling. Man, their pitching is not very good, and they cannot see timely hits. Oh man, they are runners in scoring position. Batting average is terrible. I know it's early. I'm not panicking, but man, I thought they'd come out a lot better. They are not doing well at all. So, anywho,
Lenny's boy started his baseball season today.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
Yep. And speaking of that, remember you can catch this on the Purposely Pixel YouTube channel. That's where the stream happens every Sunday. And then go check out. We're gonna have some Pixel stuff, right? IO's coming up. We're gonna have probably the 7A. I saw there's a new blue color, which I talked about in another show.
Looks a bit tasty. Yeah, does.
I like it. Nice. Again, but my argument's always been with the colors of phones. If you're gonna get a clear case, that's cool. Or you're gonna go caseless, that's fine. But if you're one of these people that gets like a case that covers most of the phone color, I don't understand why people get so amped up about a color. It looks cool. I like the blue.
Sam, just quickly, might as well get it in now, right? If you don't get the color you want, what's the solution?
You can just skin your shit. Extremeskins.co.uk. Joe, check them out. They do a lot of good stuff. They got the peaches and cream. They got all sorts of other skins. Cover a lot of devices, not just phones, like laptops and PS4s and controllers and all that kind of stuff. Headphones,
XM4s,
yeah. So get them a try. They got great quality, good people over there. Competitive prices, actually probably a few dollars less than, and a few pounds less than most of the people I see. And you could do the whole other company thing, but why? Why do that? How about a local company? And if you live in the United States, it's okay. They'll still ship it to you. It's cool. It's fine. Yeah. Don't spend a lot of money.
They'll do that.
Do yourself a favor. Don't do what I did. Spend the extra $3 and get the tracking, because I forgot all about it and I didn't pay for the tracking. It didn't matter because it was going to come anyway. Usually it takes about, from when I order it, I get it in about 2 weeks or so, like 10 days. It just kind
of. It's not too bad, is it? From
not at
the
all.
UK?
Coming from the UK? No, not at all. So
not too bad.
So give them a try. Give them a check them out, and let them know you sent them. Let them know we sent you by there, and I think on Wednesdays they have like a buy one get one on Wednesdays, and they have also coupons and stuff. Matt's Purposely Gaming. Go and use that code and check out Matt's channel, his Twitch stream, and get 15% off. Get yourself some skins. If you don't like the color, skin your shit. Also, you get color and you get protection.
Yep.
So that's always good. Stream Sims
Protection,
got code
protection is
so we
good.
took care of it. It's funny, the last couple of weeks, and that's what happens when we have a guest. We that's why, speaking of that, we also got to get the thing for Juan. I forgot all about that. The spot.
Yes. Yeah.
We got to do that. So what we needed to do, and I've always thought about this, is recording it beforehand and just inserting that audio. That way we don't have to worry about doing it every week. We don't have to. That way, if you have guests, I can just look at, pop it in, kind of like a professional radio.
Professional.
Yeah, they just pop them in there a little bit. Yeah, it is early for me. I know it's 9:05 in the UK. It's not early for your folks in the UK, but I get. And I like the clear cases too.
I do.
Yeah, I do too. Especially if you're gonna get a phone with a different color. It doesn't matter.
100%.
Yep. Sponsor plugs. Because I always forget.
It's my only job, and I have often foul.
You don't want to have too much protection, then it doesn't feel as good. If you have too much protection, you want to have that balance between feeling good in the hand,
it's true.
Good feeling, and then also protection. You want to have that balance. Jimmy, the man. 5
Oh, wow. Thank you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy. Stay hydrated. We had a great day. So, yeah. Sport-wise, going up, you got yourself
Jimmy.
A pint. I got my Beatles glass.
A pint of cheap roller cola from Lidl.
It's cool. It's always like the local, like the cheap stuff.
Yeah, the cheap stuff.
Yeah, we had in St. Louis. I don't know. Maybe it has in other places. I don't think they make it anymore. It was called RC Cola, and it was okay. It was kind of like when you didn't have a whole lot of money, you want to drink beer, so you buy the the college beer. You don't buy stuff that just it's probably
whatever. It does the
guy's
job.
Just filling it up in his bathtub. Really, it's not exactly roller cola. Yeah.
It's not called roller cola, by the way. That's just like I can't remember what it's called, but it's not bad. It's the best. I've tried all the supermarket ones, to be fair. Me and my wife tried them all, and this is the best one.
Yes, and I agree with Simon. The protection mustn't interfere with the feel. Right.
Yep.
Nice balance. So anyway.
Yep.
So we got the 7A and then the Pixel Fold, and obviously the rumors of the 8 are coming out. We're going to get a new tensor chip, and I think honestly, I don't know if they're going to really do a lot with the 8. Are they going to maybe change some stuff? But I think it's going to be pretty iterative. Maybe some improvements, but
it's going to be slightly smaller. Is it going to be slightly smaller though? I think.
I think I'm okay with that. I think we need to kind of bring. That's another reason why I bought the 7 was because of the smaller form factor.
Yeah.
But by the way, the 7's gone. I sold it to a colleague of mine. He had a 3A, and he was in town last week because he lives in Boston, so he works remote. So every quarter he comes in to St. Louis, and then I saw him, and I noticed his phone, like on the one side, he obviously cracked it. He was shattered. And I said, "What happened to your phone?" He's like, "Yeah, well, I dropped it and broke it." He had a case on it, but it wasn't a very large. It was kind of almost like just kind of that rubber kind of TPU kind of. And besides, it was a 3A. I mean, he put a lot of miles into that thing, or kilometers.
Yeah, it wouldn't be getting updates anymore, would it?
I don't think so. I think it was out of.
No, so he was due an upgrade.
Yeah. So anyway, I told him. I said I gave him the hometown discount and sold it to him. I brought it in the bank, so I'm out without a Pixel 7, without any Pixel device. But
what have you got instead?
Picked up a Moto Edge 2020.
Hello, Moto.
Yeah, and this never gets old. That just never gets old, by the way. No, and this
chop, twist.
That doesn't get old, folks. I'm sorry. I mean, you say what you will about Moto. I realize that they're not, don't have the best camera software, and I realize that their update schedules are a little kind of shaky. They aren't. But I do like the way they upgrade. They do like the things, and we talked about that in Google, right? It wasn't just OTA system updates. It was these little. Like, we'll update the camera. We'll update the Google Play Store. We'll update these, those kind of little launch. I mean, I'm okay with that. Honestly, it's got Android 12. Everybody's like flipping out about these upgrades. And it's like, when did we get so? I mean, trust me, I like a system upgrade as much as the next person. But I mean, when did we get so wigged out about like when it like if you're 3 weeks late or 2 weeks late or the Samsung.
It's the security patches that are the more important ones, really, aren't they?
To me, that's really all that matters. Because again, we're going from Android 12 to 13 now to 14. I realize there's some I talked to somebody who has the 14. They said there's a couple of different, little features that are in there, but it's not really a totally rebuilt.
Groundbreaking.
Yeah, well, especially when they went to Material U, right? I mean, it was that was kind of a shift. I mean, 12 to 13, I don't really. I mean, there are a couple of things, but I mean, I've got my duals on 12L basically. This is on
12L is good though, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's just I don't understand. It's people are just I mean, when the Pixel was a little late this month, just a skosh, and people were flipping out about it.
Oh no, it's just come on.
I don't understand. I mean, I understand. As long as you have security patches, you're good. Oh, speaking of that, I was on another stream and we were talking about the fact that I had my Huawei. I still got the P30 and it was still on Harmony OS 2.0. And I was just goofing around. I actually just happened to hit update. Harmony OS 3.0 came to it.
Oh,
they actually pushed Harmony OS 3.0 with a.
That's
with
pretty
a
big from Huawei. Yeah,
it was awesome. I was I can't believe it. Hey, Eric, check. Easy. What's up, man? Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. So
I need to watch his camera comparison, the blind one. I need to watch that.
Watch just all of his content. He does a great job. And then I know everybody's he's kind of pushing up on the the LG stuff, but I think what he's trying to show you is that LG was really a good company. Yeah, the phones were weren't flashy, got the job done. But I think but look here, we got a company that's literally been out of the phone game for 18 months now, really effectively, maybe longer, and they're still pushing Android updates out to there and security updates, and their phones are still relevant even a year or two later. The V60 is a solid device. The Velvet's still a good device, especially if you have.
I like LG. I mean, my TV's LG.
Oh yeah, well, I bought the first LG TV because I've always bought Vizio TVs. It's amazing. I was wow. I mean, I spent a little bit more than I wanted to just because I wanted to get the 120 hertz. So I was a little out of budget. I really wanted to spend. I was wanting to go sub 500, but I wound up spending a little bit more than that. But it was I mean, it's a fantastic TV.
That lasts you ages, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I mean, and somebody else, one of my other colleagues, my other person I work with, she was talking about getting a Vizio or whatever, and I told her, man, I said, get these LGs. Maybe not this one, but the step down from this, you won't be disappointed. I think they're fantastic.
They're very good.
Now, if you got a little extra money to spend and you want to get into a Sony, and kind of get into the Bravia and kind of get into those TVs, you can but you're going to push $1,000, to get a good one.
Yeah, when you get to Bravia,
Yeah, so, it's what it is. But I think what Eric's trying to push is the fact that, don't sleep on these phones, and you don't need, and Juan talks about too, there's a lot of content creators that talk about, I think we overbuy phones. Of
course we do, yeah.
Compute power, camera capability, or whatever. But yeah, it's here's a V60, and that thing can crush. I mean, it hangs pretty good with anything you're out there as far as, making phone calls and, taking videos and stuff. And just a shame. I really miss LG being in the space. HTC.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, I kind of let that ship go. I like HTC too. And it's sad. But the whole upgrade thing is really if you get it, great.
You just need more competition, to be honest. And another big company going away, LG, it's really sad. Really, really sad. Because there was a lot of their concept phones they always did as well, always cool. Yeah. They innovated all the time, but yeah.
Yeah.
Sad,
and so
very sad.
In Hisense, I mean, if you're looking for more of a budget-friendly TV, I think Hisense are pretty good. There are a couple other brands that I probably would stay I know on the low end I've had some issues. My buddy bought a TCL and had some issues with the TCL, and it was on the low end. And then he bought like I said, I've had 4 Vizios, I think 5. Anna's got one. She had and I've never had a problem out of any of them.
So they don't do Vizio in the UK.
No, it's an it's an American company. It was really, really. I mean, I've had nothing. I mean, I haven't had a Vizio TV fail yet. And I bought the first one I bought was 8 years ago. I think it's 8 years ago. My mom actually bought it for me as a birthday gift when I was replacing, because I had an old rear projection Sony that just basically bought the farm. It was just old, and so she bought me that first Vizio, and it was awesome. It actually has a 240 hertz refresh, and that was back years ago. I mean, it was pretty good phone, and exactly. I mean, all these companies have marketing. I mean, Moto doesn't do a good job. Microsoft doesn't do a good job about the Duo. Pixel finally started to, with the 6, started to kind of get ads out there, and they're starting
It's
to
weird
see.
though, right? Google finally realized the power of advertising. How did?
I mean, I don't get it. My
Yeah.
question is this: if you're going to spend all this R&D and you're going to get into the space that's already super competitive, you're already behind. If you have anybody under 30, they're going to be looking at an iPhone probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be getting into a market, you're going to be making phones. Maybe nothing phone is the outlier there, but it's like if you're a large company, if you're Microsoft, if you're Google, you can't tell me you don't have money in your pipeline to let people know about the device. So that always makes me wonder. It's like with the Duo, it's like, did you only want to make 50,000 of them and that's all you sold? I mean, it's like, did you honestly think that was going to be a word of mouth kind of phone, especially when you're pushing such a radically different handset and a radically different essentially device? Yeah. I mean, you got to tell people about it. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I don't get it.
And it's not as if it gets reviewed fairly either, in my opinion.
Well, and to be fair, the original Duo when it came out wasn't very good. But I mean, Microsoft couldn't wait any longer. They had to get something out the market. Again, that device was originally going to have a Windows build on it. It was going to have Windows 10X, and they had to leverage the Android and kind of throw an Android build on there, knowing it was probably going to be shaky, and it got crucified.
Yeah,
it got crucified.
Yeah.
I got crucified. And so, yeah. And let's see. Let's check some chats. And Vizio M series. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, like I said, and that's the funny thing about anything. Like, I've had people who swear that they've had issues with Toyotas, like the cars. I'm like, I've never had a problem with a Toyota. I will buy one every day, right? But other people, once they have a bad experience with an LG or a Honda or whatever, it's just it throws them out of whack. So I don't disagree with that, Simon, at all. And LG leaving the space. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, LG leaving space was a lot. When HTC leaving, it kind of didn't really matter as much. I think that was kind of like you know what I mean? When they left, it sucked for enthusiasts. But
they weren't in the flagship market anymore, so it wasn't as missed.
Yeah, but LG was definitely in stores. Yeah. You could still buy one, and so it was do no marketing. Yeah, do no harm or whatever, right? Do no marketing apparently, but yeah, and go pick up a V60. Absolutely good. If you can find one for a decent amount of money.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying one.
They're fantastic, man. I'm telling you, I like them. Sharks in the chat.
Well, damn, maybe go halves on one. We'll share it.
And you want to talk about somebody who's on Clubhouse? I listen to Clubhouse every once in a while. He is on Clubhouse all the time.
Sharkfin. What's happening with his channel? I thought he was gonna.
I don't know if we have to follow back up with him, and I don't know if he ever got it kicked off the ground.
Yeah, I've not seen any videos.
But if you want to reach out to him and talk to him, go into Clubhouse. He's in there all the time with Ching and all of, and
that's why he's too busy doing that.
Yeah, he's always in there. And every time I pop in there, he's a lot of good. And in rooms that I didn't think that he would be in, just sounds like he's listening and kind of participating in rooms that are kind of, I don't know, just kind of all over the place as far as content. It's pretty cool. I really like it. So,
I did get Sharkfin back on. Peter noticed my T-shirt.
Oh,
Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I love Foo Fighters. I love me some Dave Grohl. He's super talented.
Yeah, I love Dave Grohl.
And the V60 is no pretender. That's right. Absolutely. We're gonna keep leveraging. And of course, I did too for a while. I haven't been on. I got on to it when it first came into Android. I kind of got on a Clubhouse kick, and I kind of just haven't had.
I've never been on it. Never been on it.
A lot of interesting conversations if you just want to grab them out there.
Never ever been on it. I should download it.
Yeah. So, what phone are you? You said you were doing something with the SIM. What?
Yeah. So I'm going to swap my SIM back into my Pixel soon, right? But my plan is, I'll tell you some of the reasons in a minute. But my plan is to make this bad boy, the Ultra, a handheld gaming rig. So I'm either going to get a Kishi or someone said about getting a backbone. Chad said about getting a backbone. So I'm going to do my research, see which one I fancy. And I want to do emulation on this bad boy as well.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, instead of getting leveraging maybe like getting a Switch, I guess, that kind of thing. It's more of a I've tried to get
basically.
to Android and mobile gaming. I don't really game on my phone. And
That's why
maybe
I
it's
want to
just
do the
because I haven't tried
emulation.
it.
That's what I
Right.
want to do the emulation and play some of the old stuff.
Yeah. So absolutely, and yeah, and that's another thing. Yeah, Dan, be careful. Check or the bands if you're going to be in the UK for LG, because if you missing some bands, you're going to have some. It's going to get a little shaky.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Here's all on the Foo Fighters, man. He is
yeah.
on it. I love the references, man. Keep it up. He's rocking with the Foo
Going
Fighters.
back to I went to the zoo today with both devices.
Right.
And there's a lot of things I like about the Ultra, a lot of things, but it's just something about the Pixel camera that hits harder for me, hits better in most situations. Obviously, the Ultra has the extra zoom capability, but that only has a few use cases. The 5x on this is still fantastic.
I would think if you're at the zoo, there would probably be a little bit more use cases because you got things.
Yeah.
You're
So at the zoo,
like stuff that's way in the back, like if an animal's way in the back of the pen, and you got to kind of get there. Or if you're not, you can't stand up front, you got to be kind of back a little bit.
Yeah.
People. There'll probably be some cases for that, or maybe a concert.
Yeah, so it was better for that, but even still, I was just like, is that the only reason my sim stays in that phone? It's not worth it. I mean, the screen was brighter as well. I'll give it that. The screen is more beautiful.
What that would be is keep your sim in that, and then just bring your S23 if you just want to take a picture.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm thinking. I use this for creation and gaming, and I use this as my phone. That's what I'm thinking now. I've done it the wrong way around.
And I agree. The 70, low for low, pound for pound. Yeah, 100x. That's what do they call it? Scumbag zoom. It's our friend of the show.
Scumbag zoom.
Scumbag zoom. Yeah, it's I guess it would be kind of helpful in ways if you're trying to read a sign that's very far off or whatever. If you're done parking down the street and you want to see a parking sign, I guess it could come in handy. But to buy a phone just for that limited use case, again, for me, I even take less pictures than a lot of other people do. So for me, I'm perfectly okay unless I know I'm going to somewhere where I'm going to be taking photos. I'm okay with just pulling the Duo and just using that. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad plan at all.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, let us know. We'll come back and see. And speaking of that, friend of the show, Barry Johnson, Mint Mobile. I got my Mint Sim last week, and I've been trying it. It's pretty good. Pretty good. My thing was just getting coverage at home. That was what I was more concerned about, was getting coverage at home. And it's so far. I tried to put it in the Huawei P30, and you can't set the APNs for that, or at least I can't get them to take. I would try to set them, and I try to basically set them manually based on the settings that Mint provided, and I could not. It wouldn't take the settings. So I was having some issues at home with the P30. So I did take it out and had both in there. And it was great. I was sending calls, text messages. It's fine. So once I clear some of these, some of these other phones I have and get the codes and unlock them and stuff like that, I think we might be switching to Mint maybe in the next couple of years. So
you're gonna get an Oppo, aren't you? You're gonna get a new Oppo.
Yeah. So Gigi said she's got LaShawn is supposed to be sending it out either today or tomorrow. I'm gonna get the Oppo Find N. I'm gonna check that out and see how that's pretty good. I'm excited. I can't wait to try. I've been wanting to try.
Yeah, so it looks like a nice device.
Yeah, I want to try that form factor. I'm really looking forward to it. So, and Jermaine's in the chat. And do yourself a favor, folks. If he was trying a new format with
Arnhem
and the Arnhem, love that shit. I was like, I know he was kind of like,
we need to visit Arnhem.
Yeah, well, first of all, I like the data life, and I really kind of think, that kind of stuff is. I'm a sucker for all that historical, and if I'm going, I want to see. Yeah, I think if you're asking me, if he's asking like that format, would people resonate to it? I know I would. I know it's.
I like it.
Awesome. It was a great. Not only did I get to see the phone being used, I get to see what the video output, but also get to see the stuff around the city that he lived in and talk about. So
that's what I really liked.
It was really good. So yeah, if you don't have a chance, if you have a chance to go check it out, his little day in the life. And an Arnhem, do yourself a favor. Go check out his channel and sub to it and just watch it. It's really, really solid.
I think it's sad. If I did that where I live, it would suck.
Oh, well.
This is Houghton Regis. Yeah. This is the local pub. That'll be it. Although you've seen that in one of the podcasts.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly.
Absolutely. So, Like, Jesus Christ! Look at all the chat. I like screwed up. And
You should do
so
day in the life in where you live, because you know everywhere. You know all
yeah,
the
I mean, I
history.
could. St. Louis would be all right. That would be a pretty good day. I should try to do that if I'm going to make my first
Yeah,
video.
do it.
Yeah, I
I'd
might
love
give
you
it a
to do
shot.
it.
But yeah, boss is in the chat. Lenny, our man.
Mr. Bonds.
Absolutely.
How's your son getting on in his game?
Yeah.
Let
I
us
hope he's
know.
doing better than the Cardinals do because they can't seem to get anybody. You know, when they get runners in score position, they can't seem to get a fucking base hit to save their life. So, whatever.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Jermaine.
Oh, wow. You gave us some of the Euro money. I like the
The
Euro
agreed
money.
payment for promotion.
Absolutely. No, it was, but he was asking for feedback on that form factor or that content. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I
They
like
got
his
killed.
cinematic.
Well,
It's not.
yeah.
Thing is, though, it's not just like a day in the life. It's very cinematic, and it's got Jermaine's sort of artistic twist to it, just like his photos do, like his own little flavor. Yeah, I like it. I love it.
Yeah,
It's great.
absolutely. So, but
They got killed. Oh
yeah,
dear.
got killed. Well, I mean, yeah, it's early in the season, man. It's going to take some time to get that worked
Lenny,
out.
was it your boy's fault or the whole team was sucked?
No, I mean, he's only one man, and he can't.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, it's and I always say, even if he got up and he was supposed to get a base hit and to tie the game or going to win the game,
It's a
and he
team
strikes
effort,
out,
isn't
it's
it?
like, well, hey, you had 9 innings to score all these runs. It ain't my goddamn fault, What are you
Yeah,
gonna
it's
do?
whole team effort. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So and so no, there was no agreed for payment for promotion. I just happened to check it out, and I even left a comment, and I thought it was fantastic. I really
Yeah.
So hell, maybe I should do a day in the life and pick my phone and maybe do the Oppo Find In and do a day in the life on the Oppo and see how that goes or whatever.
Yeah, I want to see it starting in your Mustang.
Yeah, driving around. Well, that's the funny thing because all these other people do these famous people. I don't think they own a car. Like, I don't think David Kogan and Michaels, I don't think they own vehicles. If you live in Manhattan or New York, why the hell would you? I mean,
No, they get Ubers, don't they?
Well, because you can't, first of all, you can't park it anywhere. I mean, if it's as bad as Chicago, which I'm sure it is, it's probably worse. You can't park anywhere. The traffic's miserable. So it's like, why own a car? But all these people, that's what I'm saying. All these people live in New York. They all live in New York, right? I mean, they live in California. I mean, at least there, El Jefe and Juan and TK, they, you can get around in California. But I'll tell you right now, I couldn't stand the traffic. That I'm spoiled. Living in Missouri, living in St. Louis, traffic's bad enough, and drivers are just terrible. But that whole standing in line, like being in like the good old fashioned California, LA freeways and staying in traffic for 3 hours, no, I'm not doing that shit. So absolutely, the pitching, it's always the pitching, man. Yep, always the pitching. It'll get you every time. If you got terrible pitching, it's like, Well,
it's pretty fundamental for baseball, isn't it?
Yeah, he's in Queens. Okay, so yeah, So I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, if you could get around, that's fine. But it seems like I never see. And then maybe they do have a car. They just don't want you to see what kind of car they have. But
I don't think they have. I think you're right.
And they probably do. I mean, who knows? I mean, well, obviously we know, some other people have Teslas and stuff like that. So who knows? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I would start out. I don't know how I'd set it up. I mean, I would taking an Uber from my house would be completely not practical because they don't have Uber.
No, it's got to start in your Mustang. It's got to.
Right. Well, I'll just drive up the street and then get out and then, be downtown or go to the zoo or, whatever and kind of have a day.
Yeah.
So I got to try it out. Maybe over a couple of days, right? Take snippets of stuff, like have a weekend kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't have a channel to put it on.
Take the Duo and...
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not taking the Duo. There's no way I'm doing that.
Yeah, Duo. Man, take the Duo and the Moto.
Yeah. Give that a try. All right, so Barry's trying to sell me on this. Hear me out. You're a larger... Yeah, okay. Yeah.
See? Barry agrees, see?
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, it's not a terrible idea. A Duo in the life. Yeah.
See, he won't listen to me, but now Barry said it, he will.
No, I did. I was just thinking, but yeah, a day in the life, like, can you actually...
I think a lot of people would love to see it. A lot of people would actually love to see it.
I can't imagine why the hell you would want to, but whatever. But yeah. And,
it's interesting when you talk about the town you live in, the city you live in, rather.
I think so. And yeah, I forget, he's in Boston, so I'll tell you, I took the T everywhere. I took the red line everywhere, and it was great. I can understand when I was working, when I was in Boston doing some work. I love getting around. We had to take a Uber a couple times, but I just walked around a lot. Hell, when I went to the Sox game, the hotel was downtown. I just walked. It was like 2.5 miles. I just walked all the way to the stadium, watched the game, and then walked all the way the hell back home. I just it was like 10:39. I was like, I'm just gonna walk back home.
I like walking. I love walking.
Beautiful. And so walking through the northern Boston and like walking that, I forgot the name of the road. There's a street that goes pretty much from downtown all the way. It goes right to Fenway Park, or Pack, depending on if you live in the city. There you go. So yeah, so it was good. It was a good time. But just I took the T and took the red line. It was great, and just we got around easy for downtown. Walked around everywhere. Yeah, I really liked it. Knee is okay. So next Tuesday, so 2 days from now, it'll be 8 weeks post-op, and it's all right. Bending is pretty good. I can actually now pedal on a bike.
Really?
Still a little swollen. I think the doctor said it's going to be that way for probably a couple.
Yeah, we're doing it.
3 months or so. He said it's possible that I could have some swelling for like 6 months, but it's okay. I'm gonna go play golf at Top. There's a Top Golf place, so I tried to play Thursday, but I wasn't scheduled to play.
Be careful. You wouldn't think, but that puts quite a bit of strain on.
I know that I can't probably drive the ball.
Yeah.
Like with a driver, I'm pretty
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
But a lot of the stuff they have like these little games you can like chipping and putting. So I know those like chips and stuff. I can do all that. It's really not. It's not that bad.
I can see Sam now. He's gonna be like Happy Gilmore with a hockey stick.
Yeah, no shit. I'd probably be a lot better. I could probably hit the ball better. So knee's doing good, and doing the life. Yeah, what the hell? I give it a try. Well, I give it a lot. So do it for the science. All right. You're gonna do gonna pull a Neil deGrasse Tyson on me? Do it for the science. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Is that what I'm gonna do? Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh yeah. And I don't know. I've never been to London, but getting around London is way easier to get around on foot, around the center, than taking buses to the tube. Okay. Yeah. Well, if I was in London, I don't think I would take a tube anywhere. What the hell? Why take? Although I would be just so I could be on the London Underground. That would be kind of cool. But I would walk everywhere just because I would want to see everything.
I love walking. I honestly do. Unless it's like too busy, because I like to walk with a bit of pace. I don't like walking slow.
Yeah.
Unless it's nature, then it's nice to walk a bit
slower.
slower.
I would probably walk with pace with a little slowness too, because I don't want to miss stuff. Yeah, I don't want to. As I'm walking around, I want to pop, like go to Trafalgar Square and walk around and see the sights and pop in a pub and then talk to people and that kind of thing.
Yeah, after you go in a pub, then you start walking slower anyway.
Right, because then I'm just gonna be like, and then walk a little bit less straight, probably, man. Especially.
Yeah.
I am the science. All right, I am the science. Oh, yeah, and I agree. And I think it's because you don't swing as hard. And so you're because I'd be more focused on not swinging hard because I probably can't. Also, I don't want to hurt myself. Because you're not swinging as hard, you probably hit a lot better. That's what I've been told. I don't know. So we'll see. I haven't been able to get
possibly.
So after the show tonight, we're gonna have dinner. We already make a reservation. We're gonna go up and try. Just really to see, can I actually? I know I can hit the ball. I know I can chip. I should be able to hit mid yardage drives or mid yardage shots, like 150, 130, 180. I don't know if I can get it. I don't think I'm gonna use a driver. I'm gonna try. I might just try to swing the driver and just not swing hard and kind of see how much rotation I can get out of it. But yeah, it's definitely gonna just be.
Take it easy, though, man.
Want to have dinner? Yeah, whatever. If I break it, I can have a surgery. It's fine.
Get more time off work. Is that?
No, well, shit. No, I work. Oh, yeah, and then.
You've been working, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I only took the day of the surgery, and then the rest of that week I had it on Tuesday.
Yeah, because you work from home a lot anyway, don't you?
Well, that's changing in July. So July 1st, we're all going back into the office.
What, every day or?
Yeah, every day. Well,
okay.
Okay, so here's how it works. And so tell me if you think this is horse shit, because it sounds kind of interesting to me. So we're going back into the bank full time, right? Full time, every day, just like pre-pandemic, right? We're back to full time. But what they're giving us is what it's called work from anywhere, which is kind of funny because you can't really work from anywhere because of the nature of my job. I can't work outside the U.S., right? So I have to work inside, right? So I can't it's like work from anywhere. Well, can I work from Cabo? No? Okay, well, then I can't work from anywhere, but I wouldn't anyway. So what they're giving us is 50 days that you can use to
Hmm.
work from home. So kind of think of like a vacation day. So for instance, let's say, you want to work from home on a Tuesday in a certain week, you would just put in like a request and you just basically mark that as a work from home day. So if you think
Okay.
it's 50 days, right? And they're giving you Thanksgiving, excuse me, Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? So they give the bank is giving that. So basically it comes
Yeah.
out to basically 1 day a week. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work from home on Tuesdays because that's the day Becky works. I mean, I
Okay.
guess at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it kind of sucks because we're back in the bank, but it was contingency, right? I mean, that's what it was. We weren't supposed to work from home forever, and
Yeah.
I'm not in charge.
Do you know what? It'd be a mixed bag. Like some people will be really happy to be back with people.
yeah,
I can imagine.
yeah.
'Cause that's a
So
nice side of it, isn't it? Like I can't imagine. I don't think I would work well at home myself.
I don't like working from home all the time. I like
Yeah.
going to the bank occasionally just
A
because
mixture. Yeah.
it kind of feels like you're still going to work. It's sometimes you get to the point, especially during the pandemic when we were totally not going at all. It just felt, training was hard to do, communication. And it's easier just to walk over to somebody's cube and talk, right? Or somebody walk over to
Mm.
me and talk instead of having always, yeah, I mean, I get it, but it's one of those things where, so I can tell you a lot of people aren't happy about it. So, and I get that. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's not optimal. I really wish I would like to be like maybe 2 days or 3 days work from home or
Yeah.
vice versa. Yeah.
Mixing it up
Like,
a little bit, but
yeah, like right now we're going in 2 days. So I go in Monday and Friday. That's pretty cool, right? And then the
mm.
middle days of the week, I'm at home. So, you get a little bit of a mix and you can kind of maybe 3 days in or maybe take a day off or maybe a fourth day and then maybe take an extra couple days. So I don't know. It's whatever. And then, no, so it's not, it's like a totally separate thing from vacation days or holiday or sick time. So it's like now you have vacation time, now you have your sick time, and now you've had this extra work from home time, basically is what it is. And all you do is just basically, so I don't know. So I mean, worst case scenario, I guess they could just throw us under the bus and just said, okay, you're going back, we're not giving you shit. And that would have been it. They could have done that and they didn't. So we'll see how it goes. But there's a lot of people who are pretty upset. Apparently, I never heard of a thing called Glassdoor. Have you ever heard of that? It's a website
Glassdoor.
where, so maybe
Oh
I'm,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, where you can go in there and
They put
basically
reviews
talk.
on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, by employers, and yeah, apparently I never heard of it until somebody mentioned it. They said apparently people are voicing their frustrations on this Glassdoor website.
Thing is,
It's not.
thing
It's
is
not,
though,
it's not very pretty. Yeah, whatever.
thing is, they need to stop being little bitches. Basically, like they started their job in the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going back to normal.
And so yes and no. So there were people that got hired during that
Oh,
contingency
okay, yeah,
time who also were told that it was a hybrid because at the time it was a hybrid, it was a work from home, work in the office
yeah,
kind of. Well, now they kind of feel like they got hosed because now all of a sudden they got hired a year ago or 2 years ago and they're fairly new employees to the organization. And now they're like, well, we're going back in 5 days. I'm like, hey, I didn't, especially younger people, like I didn't sign up for this. And there's a
yeah,
very big disconnection between younger people and how they conceptualize work and the work from home thing and older
yeah.
people like me who are like mid-career professionals and are kind of like, you're kind of like you're kind of used to just kind of having to roll with the punches and deal with it. Whereas younger generations, they are very much way more vocal about
Oh yeah, don't I
critique
know it?
or real
Yeah.
slights. They're not gonna right. They're not gonna just take it silently. They're definitely gonna make their
Mm.
voices heard, which I guess is a good thing in some cases because that way. But at the same time, it's just a different methodology. It's a different mentality. It's not good or bad. It's just different. I mean,
There's a lot of positives to going back in the office though.
well, especially
Like
for
you
what
said.
we do. Like, no,
Mm.
not necessarily with me because I can log in and do my work remotely or in the office, so I have some flexibility there. And obviously, if you're in a place like you're in retail, you have to be in the office, right? You can't
Yeah,
work
I've
from home.
got no choice, but yeah.
And that's what I tell to people. It's like you could be other people like in the organization that we have people who have to have this entire time weren't allowed to work from home. They were essential employees. They had to be in the facility every day. And
Hmm.
they don't even have a chance of working from home. And usually those teams are the least paid because what I mean, they're more essential services, facilities, those kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
And those are the people getting paid less. So here I am. I'm complaining about working from home or whatever, and then you got these people that work in these essential services where I work, and it's like, well, yeah, you can sit there and bitch at them, but they're like, wait a minute, I have to come in this bitch every day, and I had to during COVID and all this crap.
Yep.
I think it's a little tone deaf on some of those people, but Chad, welcome, sir.
Hey.
So it's gonna. We'll wait and see. I'm not super happy about it. I kind of wish that it was more of a 50-50 kind of thing, or 60-40 kind of thing, not a full time back in the bank. But whatever.
Yeah, maybe it will change though after time once they've got everyone back in. They're probably just
and again, like I said, that's why I told people, it's like, it may change. We might get back in. We might get in there, and then it doesn't work well, or or some. Also, we have another situation where we have to be. Now the fact that we know we can work remotely and we can leverage it immediately, it's like, okay, well, we have to be out. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people upset about it, but whatever.
It's what it is.
I guess they'll live.
So,
I mean, if not, they really, if it's a deal breaker, they'll have to find some else to do, because right now this is the path going forward. So I mean, whatever.
So I'm still looking for a laptop, Sam. I'm still looking for the Goldilocks perfect laptop, which don't exist.
Well, I guess really when it comes to that, I guess it really depends on how much you really want to spend, I guess is what it is.
Yeah, no, so I'm looking at, I definitely don't want to spend any more than 2K, preferably less than that. I'm looking at a couple of ones I've been looking at is the HP Spectre, because I want a 2-in-1, right? I want a touch screen that's got pen input. So HP Spectre's one, and the Lenovo Yogas I quite like the look of as well.
Yeah.
But I'm open to more suggestions if anyone's got them. Someone did suggest a Dell, but with
I'm not a big HP. That's the one I have for work, and I'm not a big fan of HPs. I don't hate them. I don't hate them, and I actually have.
Spectres look nice though.
Yeah, see, it's the little.
Yeah, I like the new logo though, HP logo.
I mean, and this is it's the whole.
What laptop's that?
This is the. I don't know which one this is.
It's a silver one.
It's silver. It's the EliteBook X360.
Oh, the Elite, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn! I'm not due for an upgrade until next year. God damn it! Thought it was good.
That's a decent laptop though, now.
Well, again, it's my work. It's my work one. I mean, they did try some Surface units a couple of years ago as a demo to kind of see if they were gonna maybe contract with using Surface devices. My manager had gotten a Surface, like a Surface Pro. She was bringing it to meetings and stuff, and I liked it. I get Surface. I mean, if I was getting a laptop again, I would get a Surface.
Shit. A Surface, they're too high price for the spec that I'd want.
Yeah.
Adicha's got a good point though. Like going back to what you're saying about the power of our devices, like a next dock would be worth trying. Like see how I get things done, because I use Lightroom Mobile now. I've paid for the full version.
Okay. Well, also you got Ready for on this, so you just really.
Oh yeah. Have you tested that out yet?
Go get yourself a Moto device and spend the $350 and get a decent Moto.
Well, I've got Samsung Dex, haven't I?
Yeah, so you got Dex. Just use that if you need really a laptop experience. But yeah, I mean, I tried the Ready for.
Yeah.
It's slick. I like it, but I think there is something to be said about a dedicated actual laptop. And I had one.
Yeah.
It's my daughter's, my gaming ones. Both had Legion laptops.
See, that's one thing I was thinking about, right, Sam, is because someone said to me, why do you need touch and pen input? Why just not get a Wacom and have a gaming laptop? Gaming laptop's going to be more powerful for you.
Right.
So if you want to do video editing. So Legion was one of the things I do like the look of the Legions, I've got to admit.
Yeah, and Simon's talking about the next dock wireless, and then Shark's got the Galaxy 3, 360 Galaxy 3. Yeah, I mean, so.
Yeah, they look nice. They do look nice. They're quite pricey though, but they do look very nice. I must admit, Sharkfin.
Yeah, I mean,
on the list.
Danson, just give the 23 a go before you drop a bunch of money and see if you can, save the money and see if you can make it work with what you got.
See, the thing is, I'm not always going to have this S23. So when I can switch it up, I will. I mean, to be honest, if I could switch it up tomorrow, I would, because I'd like to try different devices. But I'm stuck for a year now, sadly. So whereas a laptop that I buy is going to be a more long-term thing. That's the way I see it. But yeah, I might just see what I can do with this. Push it to its limits. Might be quite good. Like I say, with the gaming, turn it into a gaming rig. Could be my creator's rig as well, maybe. We've lost Sam.
No, we did lose Sam.
What's he doing?
No.
Guess he's in the chat.
No, we might have had a guest lined up for today.
Oh yeah.
And I screwed up. I forgot about it.
Oh really?
Yeah. So he was sending me a message going, "Hey, I thought today was the day," and I go, "Yeah, what? It was Darren."
Oh what? Oh
yeah,
okay.
That was my bad. I just he just messaged me again. So yeah, we got to get Darren on. I told him about that. Well, you know what messed me up is two things. One, I didn't write it down, which I'm getting to the point where I got to start writing that shit down because if I don't, I'm going to forget it. And the second thing is we had that break because of Easter, so it just kind of threw me off. And
I know that's what that's like.
For some reason, I told him the 16th that it didn't equate that was actually today. For some reason, I thought it was.
Well, that's the thing. So. How the hell is it halfway through April already?
I don't even want to talk about it because it's depressing me. But yeah, so
it's like what the hell?
So
where did April go?
We got to get him on. Also, we reached out to, yeah. Oh, it's dementia. No, it's not dementia. It's just it's one of those things where I used to be real good about when I was younger, I could just remember stuff. It just I would, even when I had like plans, even when they were conflicting or whatever, I could. Now as I've gotten older, so yeah. This if Darren is listening to the show or listens to this podcast later, I just did respond. I was responding back to him, like basically letting him know I kind of dropped the ball on that. So
I'll tell you what you can do. You can quickly plug his
podcast. The TNT. Yeah. So on Thursday nights, the 7:30 Eastern is the TNT, and Dan's been on it. He was actually on the last one. Our buddy Dan.
Yeah, I'll see that.
Yeah, and then I'm on it, and a couple other people are on the show. Tuna and Darren does a great job. He also has a website. It's One Cut Reviews. So then he talks about all sorts of tech. I mean, it's fantastic. Darren does a
They're on Instagram.
Job. Yeah, Instagram, fantastic website, really thorough, really professional looking, really good articles. It's really, really good. So you should check that out. So again, and then every once in a while we do a Sunday kind of like just kind of wing it show or just kind of rip it off on Sunday nights. But yeah, so that was
a One Cut. It's very much like lifestyle, so it's not just like
like hair dryers and stuff that it's like all sorts of stuff. Yeah, I mean it's watches. It's really fantastic.
Pretty cool.
So, OneCutReviews.com. Go check it out. Darren does a great job. He's the owner of that site, and he is fantastic. Yeah.
And please accept our apologies for being douchebags.
Not our apologies, my apology, because that.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about it actually yet.
That's what I'm saying is I even forgot to even mention to Joe just because I got in my own head. So
it's all right. It's okay.
So
he'll forgive you, I'm sure.
Well, we'll have him back on.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. We've got a guest next week.
Yeah. So we got a guest next week. Do we want to say who it is? Because we don't want to.
Don't want to jinx it. Yeah, we can do. It's he's not called Direct Tech anymore.
Right.
Which is why it's going to be quite an interesting conversation.
We really want to unpack that and figure out, let him have a chance because I don't think he's really, wanted to talk.
He's very open to tell us what's gone on and why he's quit.
So if you're really wanting to figure out what's going on with Qatar or whatever, check out that show. It's going to be a fantastic conversation, and it will be anyway. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's a good one, definitely. And the reason we didn't have him today is because it's Orthodox Easter.
That's right. I forgot all about that.
Yep, I didn't even think of it, to be honest, until he told me. So happy Orthodox Easter to people that are celebrating Easter now. Get that in there.
Yeah. So
he's sending more apologies.
No, he's just like, hey, all good. Let me know when you. Yeah, he said, no, that's good. So we'd like to get. So we'll have Qatar, and maybe we can get him in on April 30th. That would be good. 23rd. And that would give us 2 guests in a row, and that would give us a pretty good guest lineup for April. And we just had this show. We would have pretty much guests all the time for the entire month. I mean, we like to do that. So
we need to get Spurt still, don't we?
Yeah, we need to get Spurt and reached out. And I need to reach out to. I've drawn a blank on some names here. Ben, Lover of Tech. We were supposed to get Ben I reached out to
I
him.
did
And
mess.
we got
I did
busy with
message
stuff.
him.
And yeah, did
He
you
gave
message
us
him? I
air.
don't. These what?
He gave us air, which is
Yeah,
nothing.
right. Well, he's
But
busy.
he's
I
a
mean,
busy guy, though. He's a busy
and
guy.
here's the thing. I mean, we realize that this is a bad time slot. It's after, it's Sunday afternoon. That's a lot of time, especially in the UK. And Ben's in the UK too. This is later. He's got family commitments. This kind of things. You got daughter. So I really realized that it really. And there he is.
There he is.
Hey,
Darren, give him heat. Give him heat.
He already did. No, he's so no, we're not going to have MKBHD. Sorry.
No. I'll tell you who we do want to have. Geeky stuff. He was in the chat earlier. Yeah. I won't reach out to him. I think he's shy.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. Well, here's a good thing. You come on this show, you don't have to really be great at anything, and even if you're shy, it's okay, because we're not gonna make or break your channel. We maybe hopefully get some more subs your way and get some visibility, but it's not like you come on here and you don't do a great job. Plus, it's just a good time. There's no, you don't have to feel like you have to perform or anything. It's just a laid back conversation. We let it go. So it's good. And so no, Aaron from Who's the Boss, Mr. Who's the Boss.
I don't mind him.
I like him. I think he's, again, very polished, very professional, very successful.
A pretty interesting chat for sure. But I mean, there's a lot of people who I think.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't need us, and I'm not that interested in these really successful YouTubers. When it comes to, because here's the reason why, and I'm gonna put it out there, and this is the hot take, so people can take it and leave it wherever. I don't like having those people on for really one major reason. I like people who are willing to come on the show and just be normal.
Yeah.
Just be you. You don't have an image to hold. It was great having John. When we had John Rettinger and Super Saf on, it was fantastic. However, John Rettinger is not going to say anything that's going to be controversial. He's not going to use profanity. He's not going to let it rip. He's not going to get into his personal life, which is fine. And I don't expect people to. But when you come on this show, and especially if we're having an interview, we may ask questions about like how you got started. Do you have a family? What do you? Now we don't ask. We generally don't ask what people do for a living if they have to have a real job, because we have people like me. I can't talk about really what I do or where I work.
I mean, it's best not to anyway, isn't it?
Not to. But some people might talk about their industry. I know Barry's an engineer, and I know he's a software guy, and he knows a lot about coding, and he's very intelligent. So we can.
Adam opened up a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, and then when I had but then you get because when we had on the old show, we had Zach, and he opened up about a bunch of personal stuff that was going on that was really pretty intense and pretty heavy kind of stuff, and it was really a fantastic discussion, because we don't talk about men's mental health, and the fact that he felt
very important.
Which is the fact that he felt comfortable, that's the kind of stuff that moves the needle for me. It would be great to have somebody like Marquez on the show, because he's very famous and everything else. And we probably get people may watch the show, we might get a blip from that, but he has an image to maintain and uphold. He's not going to come on here and let it fly. And I would also, I want to have people on who really want to be on this show, who like get on the show and go, I had a lot of fun. And Super Saf straight up said, I had a lot of fun doing this. Honestly, this is really, really good. And we've had a lot.
That's nice.
Issa, and we had Issa Does Tech, and she was fantastic. We've had a lot of really good.
On that note, we need some more women, definitely, because we've only had one, and that's bad.
Gadgets. I've been reaching out to a couple of others. So we just need to have just a diversity of everybody, because I want to include everybody: older people, older creators, younger creators. Doesn't matter what country you're from. That kind of. Oh, Martin from Tech Halter. Funny he mentioned that.
We were talking about him before the show.
And I'm a huge fan of Martin. I think he's fantastically
fantastic.
Content. Mm-hmm. I would love to have Martin on the show.
Yeah, I'd love to have him.
I might just. No, Saf was not on this show. Saf was on the Across the Podcast. It was him. Actually, it was him and John Rettinger. They had Tim Schofield. I mean, I said we had really good guests on. Again, all these people I'm talking about, these are from the old show.
Philip
from the
Schofield.
Across the Podcast. And so Jay Williams would be good. Yeah. So, I mean,
Yeah, Jay Williams would be good. Yeah.
so yeah, it was, yeah. And DT was on that show when Zach talked about the mental health situation he was going on. And he's had some other issues going on with that because that just doesn't go away. Right. It's
No.
one of those things that's a constant progress kind of thing. And
It's a constant battle, isn't it?
It's like anything else, that's a disease. It's when you're not feeling right and you have to continue to work it. And it's not as easy as like my knee surgery. Put in a piece of hardware, do some rehab, and eventually you get back to good. It's a lot more complicated in the mental health and space. And you can't just fix that with one surgery or one phone call or one visit to your doctor or taking a pill. It's a holistic, total approach. And sometimes, and unfortunately, in a lot of cases, for a lot of people, it doesn't get better. It gets manageable, but they still have days, right? So
I'll tell you another guest we might have lined up, something different, bit diverse. I've got some friends who do reviews on films.
I like their podcast. It's a lot of fun. They do a good job.
Yeah.
It's really entertaining.
Other Barrett Goats. So yeah, Bread Roll and JT, they're interested in coming on. Bread Rolls doesn't normally do live stuff, but yeah, he said he's up for coming on. He's up for it. So yeah, we'll sort that out in the future too.
And we'd like to get Issa and we'd like to get Josh Vergara on as well because they're really, really good.
Oh yeah, JV and Issa. Yeah,
the only problem with Issa is she's in the Philippines, so that makes the times really hard for her. We'd have to do a real early in the morning kind of show. I think when we had Issa on, I think it was like 11 or 10 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time. So it was like mid evening for you, and I think it was like 3 or 4 a.m. in Manila. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like she was on, and she was and then she stayed on like 35 minutes after that, and we were just talking. One of the nicest, most down to earth people I've ever talked to.
Yeah, she's lovely.
She's awesome. I mean, Josh is a very lucky guy because she seems like a very solid lady. Yeah, ESP. We got tons of. Trust me, there's no shortage of guests. It's just getting him on the show, getting him to come on here. And I know that David Amell, that would be another one. And I'm not saying if Marquez wanted to come on the show, I would say no to him. I would clearly have him on, but realize that we would have to. He wouldn't want to get really into the nitty gritty and that kind of stuff. And, and that's just the way it is. So we'll see. But I mean, yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, it was like middle of the night for her, and she was a trooper, man. She had a blast. I mean, and she also said it was one of the most enjoyable conversations she had in a long time. So
Lenny said he'll get David Amell for us.
Well, that'd be great. Sure. Well, we'll take anybody we can get at this point. So so again, apologies to Darren. That was my fault. I had it written down on a piece of paper that I threw away and I didn't put on the calendar, and so I forgot. So we'll have Patar. We'll get that, and we'll just start working all this kind of stuff.
Before we end this chat this week, Sam, what's in your drawer this week? Anything exciting?
I cleaned out everything since the last.
You cleaned it out. Oh wow.
Well, no, I mean there's still some stuff. I still have.
What's in there?
Flippy Dippy.
Flippy Dippy's in there.
And of course my P30. I do have a charger and Old Faithful. I've had this for like 30 years. This little basic Swiss Army. Oh, dude, I've had this forever. And that's really about it. Nothing else has changed.
Yeah, I've got nothing different. I'll tell you what I've got actually. People can see it. My daughter made this.
Dude, you should have been wearing that hat the whole time. Turn it. Make sure you get the brim the other side.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you want all the bling. There you go. That's the best thing in the world.
My daughter made this.
We need a jingle. Apparently, Peter says we need a jingle for the "What's in Your Drawer" segment.
Yes, we do. We do.
It'd be like some terrible, like late night. What's in your damn drawer? You got a bunch of bullshit and pins and pens and Tic Tacs and food.
I'm sure that's exactly what Peter had in his mind.
Yeah, exactly. He's probably did
exactly that.
Anybody who's good at writing jingles or who's a music person, we'll take submissions. What the hell? Come up with something for. But yeah, if we're gonna have a segment, what's in your drawer? We need to have a jingle. I think he's dead.
DM us some samples in our over on Twitter.
Oh, we could do some T-Pain. That would be cool. We can auto tune it. That would be fucking sweet.
What's in your drawer?
What's in your drawer? Like that, like the little T-Pain thing, dude. That would be badass, dude. We need to totally get in on that. I don't know how to do auto tune. I have no idea. That has sweet, dude. That's a dope. As the kids say, that would be a flop. That'd be a dope lid, dude. That's dope.
That makes me look
dope.
like a bit like what's his name? I can't think of his name. Forget about it.
Oh, yeah, it looked like a farmer. A farmer in the Dell.
A little bit like a farmer, yeah.
Right. You should wear that. If you go to a Foo Fighters concert, wear that shirt, that hat.
Jamiroquai.
Fuck yeah. Jamiroquai, dude. Guy's a jam, man. I mean, that's some good stuff right there. He kind of just dropped off the middle of the earth there. He just kind of like was popular and it's just gone.
It happens, doesn't it? Happens sometimes.
So yeah, we need to have a jingle for
we need a jingle, definitely.
We'll put one together. If we have a segment, we need to have a jingle. He's right.
I need to plant something in my drawer though, because I mentioned it, and then and obviously she used this to make the hat. I think
was she huffing glue now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I hope not. Not at 3 years old. I hope not.
No, but what's the?
Well, not any age, to be honest. But
I guess it's
PVA.
Yeah, it says.
What
PVA.
does that stand for? I'll have to Google what it stands for.
That's what. No, it says. It's usually PVA is polyvinyl alcohol. Yeah, you think I knew that, did you? Huh?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Craft from Craft Lab.
You didn't think I knew that, did you? Fucking burned your mind right there, buddy.
Why did you ask me then if you knew it?
No, I just don't know why like the difference between that and just regular Elmer's, like regular just white glue. Like I don't know what the difference between PVA.
Makes it sound more special.
It's probably more expensive. And look what else I got when I
this weren't expensive. This definitely weren't.
When I went to Mint, they gave me the rescue a friend. I get a friend kit. They gave me another SIM card to give to. So probably well the problem is so that's gonna so far I'm really digging the Mint thing. What's kind of cool is because like I don't use a lot of data, neither does Becky, so we could get the 4 gig plan for like 15 and we'd be perfectly fine. Because you can customize, and then the girls, because they're on their phones a lot more, we could get the unlimited for them and pay 30. So I could pay 30, 60. I could pay $90 a month as opposed to paying for all the shit I pay for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, tastes good. You're that kid. Dan's the glue eater. That's what Dan is. Dan's a glue eater back in school. Yeah. Or he was the guy that put the glue on top of his hands, let it dry, then peel and
then peel it off. Yeah.
That kid. Although
Dan poured it on his whole head because he was bald when he was younger as well. He poured it on his.
As Dan strikes me more as the guy that had the paste with the little stick in there and eating the chunks of the like contract paper paste, construction paper paste. He's like that guy.
When you was at school, did you have that fishy glue, that really smelly fishy glue?
Well, yeah, it was like yellow, kind of like amber color, and it had like a little. Yeah, I don't know what it was called. It was like had a little rubber kind of tip to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but we had that.
Yeah, smell my fingers.
Yeah, we had that, and we had the amber colored liquid glue stuff, and then the regular paste, like for construction paper. You just spread it. It had a little dipstick. And you spread it on the back.
Dipstick.
Yeah. Dipshit. That's more like it. Sam has a burner. No, I do not. I'm testing it out. Jesus Christ, he makes me sound like I'm something like a burner phone. Like, no, I'm not that. I'm not that guy.
No, that's what Lenny has.
I don't live that lifestyle. Yeah. So we.
Oh, Dan, good. Grounded Tech. You know I love you, mate.
Why he feels attacked? No, I'm just saying. He seems to be.
He feels attacked by a man with a hat like this.
He's the one that said tastes good. I'm just saying, if you're saying that, it's probably because back when you were back in the old days, you probably took a couple of dabs. Just saying. You didn't eat it all. You probably just put it on like crackers, like hot sauce. Yeah, just put it on.
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
I do like hot sauce.
God damn, yeah. Hotter the better. If it feels like you're biting your tongue, that's when you know it's good. That's the kind of hot sauce you need. Painful. Yeah. Million Scoville, shit like that. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I wonder if I have it on my desk. Oh, I don't know if I do. Oh, yes, I do.
You've got hot sauce in your drawer?
This.
What's that? The End.
It's called The End. Look at it's melted. This shit, this is a new bottle. This shit right here is stupid. Like, this is miserable heat. I think it's like 500,000 or 600,000 Scoville.
That's sort of thing. You put like a little drop.
You put a drop of this in like a pot of chili. You don't like put this on and try to eat it, dude. I saw somebody at the shop. I bought another one, and he put it on a cracker, and you have to sign a waiver. That's how bad this is. You had to sign a waiver, and I watched this person eat this and literally almost fucking pass out and fall on the floor. But yeah, this has never been opened. This was at home. This was I had at work. which is funny because now I brought all that shit home because we were supposed to move our desks around. Now we're going back to having our desks again. Now I got to schlepp all that fucking stuff back to my desk. But yeah, this was at my desk. I had a bottle, I already used it all because I had it for years. This stuff is stupid. It's called
lethal. I like the wax like.
I don't like
it.
Yeah, it's like the melted kind of has that Maker's Mark melted kind of wax.
Literally going to say Maker's Mark. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah, Maker's Mark, dude. Yeah, it's. I mean, I like hot stuff and it's miserable. I'm like, holy hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. And behind it was the picture. That's me.
That's a nice picture.
And my mother and my daughter. We're in Pittsburgh. My mom lived in Pittsburgh, so that's actually one of the overlooks in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's a nice picture. That
it's
one.
a nice picture. Yeah, I miss my mom. She was had a lot of good things going on. She's a good person, but she was my mom. But I miss her. So anyway, enough of that bullshit. And then I have Grumpy Cat.
What the fuck is that?
Grumpy Cat. What the fuck? This is Grumpy Cat.
Sam's got a grumpy cat.
This is stuff on my desk. New segment, right? Shit on my desk, right? So
shit on
my desk.
Well, if you down that hot sauce, you will shit on your desk.
Well, if I down that hot sauce, I'll fucking fall out right here. Yeah, so we got to go through that real quick. So yeah, Carmex. I got a picture of Becky and I. Well, actually, I don't. It's easier just to do this. So I'll just turn my mic. That's my shelf up there. So I got.
What's on the baseballs? They signed?
Yeah, they're signed.
Bye.
So that one is the 1982 World Champion Cardinals. This one here is from the Frontier League, so it's like a local minor league team. I caught that on a home run ball, and then just
nice,
just like other stuff, commemorative Bud Light.
You actually caught it.
I know. Yeah, actually,
is that
this one I caught. Like this ball I caught. Now that's just a regular.
Is that the metal Bud? The metal Bud bottle.
Yeah, it's a metal can. Yeah,
Is that for the World Cup?
No, this is.
Oh,
they did a Stanley Cup champion.
Oh no, the red one.
Oh, the red one.
That's metal as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're all metal.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I had one during the World Cup.
And this is a bottle of Coke that's from 1982.
Probably tastes like this. Probably tastes like this Coke.
Right, probably tastes like this Coke, and then just like other stuff. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically what's going on. So yeah, it's pretty good. We had a good time. Yeah, that's all. I'm not into a lot of sports memorabilia stuff. But every once in a while, they get.
All I've got is my mum's camera.
Yeah, the Bud Light's going to be worth a fortune. There you go.
That's all I've got.
I have no habit. I'm a big beer drinker. Yeah, 82. I got that when I was 8 years old, and I've kept it the entire time. I can't believe I haven't broke the bottle by now.
I wasn't even born.
Right. I was gonna say I was 7 years old. That was when the Cardinals won the World Series. It was 1982. It was the first time that they won it when I was alive. I was a kid. Oh yeah. So I got all sorts of stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So that's part of what's on my desk drawer. But hey, man, we're at time, man. It's like hour 8 minutes, man. I love that hat, by the way. You should have to wear that every time. Just saying. I think you should have to wear that hat.
I think I need to get smaller headphones though,
Well, yeah, you're trying to do it over the top of that.
Yeah.
Strap. That's not gonna work.
I need to for the summer anyway. I need to for the summer because I can't wear these.
That kind of vibe going on. I'm kind of feeling it, man.
Yeah. I like it. I might wear a vest with it though.
Yeah, a cardi. You're gonna wear a cardi with it?
No, you can't wear a cardi with this. So it's a vest type of hat.
Yeah, I like it, but that's a dope lid though. By the way, I'm just saying. And also, it looks like it was decorated by the little one, like
3-year-old.
Yeah, you did a good job, man. It's pretty evenly spaced considering. I mean, it's pretty good. How'd you get? Is it the glue, or do you like a hot glue gun, or how is it just a regular glue?
I think it must be this PVA she's used. I'm assuming
so. Well, don't let her have a hot glue gun unless she's supervised, because that tip will burn you damn.
She loves arts and crafts. Like she loves color. She's quite good.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. You didn't see anything about the Bud Light? Did you see that whole bullshit? Dude, look it up. I'm not going to talk about it on the show because everybody's apparently had some kind of transgender person pushing it, and who fucking.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's all pissed off. It's like whatever.
Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
I don't give a shit. It's like whatever. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, I knew Lenny was going to take a jab at it because I get it. I would. Yeah, I've been trying to file that little bit of bullshit.
If Bud was going to give me lots of money, I'd happily be the face with that hat on.
It feels so empty without me. I know where you're going with that, Pierre. God, no. Yeah. Anyway, so I think that's going to be it for our show for today. And like I said, again, apologies to Darren. He should have been on the show today, but I'm a moron. So, again, but he did get on the show. So again, check out his channel, the One Cut Reviews and the TNT podcast on Thursday nights. It gives you a little bit. Now, I drop by every once in a while, and so does Dan, and show some love. And Darren's a good guy. It's fantastic. I really
he's a good guy. Very good
I really like working with him. He's really, really good. He's a good dude. So and he's got a lot of good hot takes too. So he's don't let it fool you that he's got this real upscale website. It's all about lifestyle and everything else, and he's just kind of like a milquetoast guy. Darren's got some hot takes, man. Darren will let it fly. He's very, very intelligent, very opinionated, and very, very good dude to work with. So I do like him. Thank you for him for letting him come on the TNT podcast. I really appreciate that. So next week we'll have Patar. We'll get a good conversation. Yeah. Please join that if you're really wanting to have, because we are going to discuss, his exit and his struggles, and it's going to be a really good show. I think it'll be really good, and the fact that he's willing to come on and talk to us about it. And I know that's
an insight into how difficult being a YouTube creator actually is. I think it'll be interesting for people
for him to even just come on and really kind of willing open up to talk to us about it is really pretty good. So please, if you don't get a chance to join the stream, I know it's busy, but please download that show and listen to it, because I think for anybody who just wants to kind of get an insight on that, I think it'll be a fascinating conversation. I'm really looking forward to it. And then we'll have Darren back on probably at the end of the month, and then we'll see if we can get some good guests on here and really kind of keep it fun and keep it enjoyable for you folks. And again, I cannot stress this enough, and I say it every show, and I know it's getting a little shticky, a little played, but I really do appreciate everybody who takes their time and actually, which to me is completely mind-blowing, if you ask me, who actually come on this and look forward to this and come on and sit there the entire time and make all the comments and sit here. I cannot tell you, Joe and I have talked about this between each other on shows, how awesome and amazing it is. And and it's to me, it's mind-blowing. I mean, honestly, I don't think we're that good at this. I do. I honest to God, I mean, I don't like to be self-deprecating, but I don't think I think we do okay. I think we have a pretty good show.
Yeah, we have fun.
And we have a great rapport. And Joe actually and I are friends offline. We aren't just doing this because of the thing. We share pictures of our daughters. Yeah. We talk throughout the week. It's really good. He was all stressed out today about Arsenal, and I could tell he's panicking. Poor guy. I wish they would have pulled out a win, but hey, you know what? Shit happens, right? So 7 games left.
Shit happens.
Well, hopefully. And then skin your shit, extremeskins.co. Check out our channel. Our channel sponsor, that would be the Purposely Pixel YouTube channel. Get him some love. Again, Lenny's in the chat. Take care of him. And then and that's it. And that's our show. We'll be back next Sunday around the same time, 3 p.m. We'll bring Patar. We'll have a great conversation. And we love you guys. I mean, basically is what it comes down to.
We do love you guys.
We love you guys, and we appreciate your time. And everybody's in the chat. Come on in. We'll have another good discussion. And Joe will have his dope lid. Hopefully his daughter won't hijack it, because she may
get yourself some Bud Light.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, fuck it. Anyway, so why do we try? We did that for you, damn. Just cuss. Anyway, so that is the Nomad Tech Project for April 16, 2023 for Sam and Joe. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your tech. Be excellent to each other. Hydrate. Stay nerdy. Do all those kinds of things, and be smart about your tech and enjoy what you have. We'll see you all next Sunday. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.